So welcome back to Khancloudacademy, guys. Let's start today's topic on Ansible. So today we're going to discuss about playbook, right? So this is very important of Ansible tools. Okay, so don't skip this video, and if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe this channel, like and share button. Okay, so basically, let me introduce myself. I'm a cloud and DevOps architect for one of company, and I'm working in these kind of tools and all the clouds since, you know, 10 plus years of experience I have. So playbook is very important while writing, while if you are working on, as a DevOps engineer or a system administration who have to manage a lot of things. So in I already discussed, about the introduction of Ansible, installation setup Ansible, how to run YAML scripting, inventory files, and ad hoc commands. Now we going to talk about the playbooks, right? So let me come back, and we also use some chat GPT. So I will explain how you can check your codes very efficient way. And chat GPT is basically, it's very handy tool. Okay, it's going to assist you a lot on this. Okay, so how you going to work on the Ansible and all this kind of playbooks and all. So we will use these kind of tools today, and we will do you. Let me introduce my lab also. So my lab is, see, I already installed in my MacBook Ansible playbook, Ansible software in my MacBook, and I'm managing one of my Ubuntu machine, which is installed. Basically, I'm using VMware, desktop software, where I build a one virtual machine, and I'm showing you for example. Same way you can manage and work on other environment as well. So it's up to you how you're going to set up your lab, right? And also, we will going to do some writing on the Ansible part and for the practice purpose only. Okay, so I'm using VS Code, right? So, okay, so let's little bit talk about what is Ansible, Ansible playbook, right? So let me go back here and go to the next slide. So as you see here, welcome to the Ansible playbook learning. Okay, so what is playbook? So playbooks are automation blueprints in YAML kind of format, and Ansible uses to deploy and configure nodes in an inventory. So, sorry. So in this, guide, I'm going to introduce you to playbook and then covers different use cases for task and play, such as executing tasks with elevated privilege or as a different user, using loops to repeat tasks for items in a list. So this is what you can do with the playbooks. Okay, delegating playbooks to execute tasks and different machines, running conditional task and evaluating conditional with playbooks test, using blocks to group sets of tasks. Okay, so you can do. And same way, uh, you can do also, you can also learn how to use Ansible Playbook more effective by using collections, creating reusable files, and roles, including and importing playbooks and running selected parts of playbook with tags, right? So moving to the next, Ansible Playbooks. So Ansible Playbooks offer a repeatable, reusable, simple configuration management and multiple machine deployment systems. One that is well suited to deploying complex application. If you need to execute a task with Ansible more than once, write a playbook and put it under source control. Then you can use the playbook to push out new configuration or confirm the configuration of remote systems. What playbook can do? So declare configuration, orchestrate the steps of any manual order process on multiple sets of machines in defined order. You can launch tasks synchronously or asynchronously. Okay. So little bit, let's talk about playbook syntax. So playbooks are expressed in YAML format with a minimum of syntax. Okay. A playbook is a composed of one or more plays in an ordered list. The term playbook and play are sports analogies. Each play execute parts of the overall goal of the playbook running, and one more or more task. Each task calls an Ansible modules. So we have to learn about the Ansible modules here. Okay, playbook execution. So playbook runs in order from top to bottom. You know this, right? And with each place, task also run in order from top to bottom. So playbook with multiple plays can orchestrate multi-machine deployment, running on plays on your web servers, then another play on your database server, third, then a third play on your network infrastructure, and so on. So at a minimum, each place defines two things: the managed nodes to target using a pattern, at least one task to execute. Okay. So sample book creation, playbook creation, I'm going to show you. Okay. So let's me come back to here on my these things. Okay. So sample means, let me, because I'm using, I'm using Ubuntu, so I have to search something, and I want to show you something which I can use on my Ubuntu machine, and it should be work, right? If it should not work, we will fix it. All right. Give me a few seconds. So I'm going to write. So this is the playbook, right? Step by step. So whenever you start writing a playbook, how are you going to do this? Always remember it start with three hyphens, right? So let me a little bit more, specific on this. You see here, these things, three setups. And same way under this line, you have to be very careful while writing the playbook, these things. You have to use with the one minus, and you have to give the target name, update web server. So what is your host? Whatever the web server or host means, your inventory file is mentioned. It should be written inside your I can say uh, inventory inventory file. Okay. Same way you have to which user you're going to use. So suppose I have a username root and one. So I will change a little. I will check my what is my root. This is the sample I'm using here. Task again. Then after that, let me clear this a little bit. After that, you have to use tasks. What are the tasks you want to perform on your playbooks, right? So name ensure Apache is at the latest version. This is the first task it's given. Ansible built in and is using by default the yum, but I have some Debian machine I'm going to use. So I have to change this yum to maybe apt I will use. Okay. Same way as to dpt, and what I have to use state should be going to the latest one, right? So same way we have to do, we have to check on this, right? Same way we have to, if I want any configuration, so, or we can do just perform these two tasks only, then we will add later all the tasks. Okay. So same way, let me discuss more about this task. Write the Apache config file. So you can using these templates, passing the http.j2, http.j2 means Jinja kind of things, and http configuration. Same way you can update and all, you can do this. Okay. So I hope you can see my screen properly. Let me off the annotation first. Okay. So now update the web server, your databases, routes, anything if you want. So I'm not saying that just go with this PostgreSQL and all. So let me mark this in one go, or you can comment it out, or let's remove this. Okay. I'm not going to perform this task. Removed. Okay. So I have to perform only these two checks, name the servers and ensure that it should be installed. Now, I don't know which machine, you must aware about which machine you are using. It's Ansible or Red Hat. So Red Hat use, or any, Red Hat, your Fedora, this kind of things you're going to use, Yum module, right? But let me go to my ChatGPT page, and what I can search already here. You can search how you're going to install. Let me go a little bit up because I searched before this. Okay, Ansible built-in .apt. Let me go move up a little bit. Yeah. So below an example of Ansible playbook deploying simple web service using Apache on Ubuntu. This is my task I have to complete. So what I'm going to change? I'm going to change complete code with this. So let me use this code. Okay, so I just you can if whenever you search this is the search button. Write Ansible playbook for web server deploying on the Ubuntu. That's what I searched, and this is what is give me the result. Okay, so here in ChatGPT, I'm using very frequently because just you do Google or you go to Stack Overflow, and you can search the same commands on tools. Okay, but in ChatGPT the difference is you can get the with the explanation. All the explanation is given here, right? What is going to be done, what's going not to be done, right? How to evaluate everything. It will giving me the options and all. Okay, so same way I will try this. Okay, so copy the code and let's go back to my here. I mean the Ansible, right? Control V. And I'm going to up a little bit. So previous example was basically written for. So you can see here, this is started. So you guys, and you have to first understand this, uh, understand this, playbook, what is going to be do. So I'm using properly. This is my, because I'm defining my web server, I will change this, my host name or something, something, whatever the host name I have. Become true and task name install Apache apt and apt. You see apt module are used here, right? And Apache 2, what is the name of this and state? So this is what is going to be installed. So I'm not saying we do this task. Let's first complete this 1 and 2. So this is for the authentication. Authenticate it, then it will install this Apache and it will check it's installing or not. Okay, then we'll create the directory now. All right, so let's move to the next, and this is the creating HTML directory file path variable HTML directory and data group. This is also creating group and all index file. I'm not copy index HTML file. So copy index HTML file. Destination is this location. Source is index.html. So maybe we have to define this, but I don't want to go more deep on this, right? Ensure Apache service is running and enabled. So this when it's done, it will complete like this. Okay. So let's back to and understand the code much more on this. Okay, how we create. So it's saying explanation, a descriptive name of your playbook, right? Hosts specifies the group of host web server where the playbook will be executed. Allows task to run with the root privilege. Okay, the task list of tasks to be executed. Apt install Apache web server is using the apt module, right? So this is what I have mentioned here. File creates the waterfall directory with your appropriate permissions, right? And copy the index.html file from the current directory to the web server's document root. Okay, and service ensure that the Apache service is running and enabled. So this is what is going to be done. To use this playbook, save it to a file name webserver.yaml and then create index.html file in the same directory with your desired content. Then run the playbook using Ansible playbook command. So how ChatGPT is helping us to understand and work it. This is the perfect example showing you. All right. Move to the next. This is the command basically we have to use to run our, run our playbook. Okay. So Ansible playbook is the command -i. Your inventory file name is webserver.yaml. Right. So let's try this. I'm not showing it's going to be work or not, but let's try this and we'll create. So first we have to create an index.html file, right? So let me go back to here and I'm inside this Ansible. And I also want to show you where I saved my this file. Okay, inventory.ni. Its name is my hosts. So my inventory file is here and Control C. And same thing I'm going to change in my playbook. Instead of web server, I will use this one, my hosts. Okay, it's correct. Now become true. Become is basically you can see, or I can add here the root kind of things. Okay, so let me check what else I can use here. Right. Wait a minute. Host is web server and remote user root. So that's what I'm thinking. I have to define the root user or not. So let's try this first. Okay. If it's not work, then we will do some more, uh, you know, some more configuration, right? Now creating HTML directory file. So this is going to be created in a, but we have to copy. So first we have to create here in the Ansible ls command, and you can see here my inventory file is here. If I see cat, let me check inventory.ni, then this is the my hosts and IP address is showing for this machine, for this particular machine. You see this 132, right? So this is my target machine. Basically, I'm going to use it, right? And same way, I have to create one file, right? What the file name should be as per the chat GPT. I'm not defining anything, okay? And create an index.html file in the same directory where your desired content, then run the playbook. So let's write this index down. So I will use, let's use VI editor, VI. Oh, let me a little bit make big so you can more understand on this. So let me clear, Control L. And I have to use VI and create index.html. Interactive mode I, and I have to write this is my new website for Khancloud Academy. It's an free learning forum for beginners and professionals who are working in industry. Okay, so I'm just writing a little bit. Advertisement is also good. Okay, and thanks for what? Thanks for clicking on this website. That's enough. Okay, guys. So WQ, and we have to use this to write this file. Okay, let me check cat index.html. So this is what the my content showing here. Okay, now come back to the playbook. Right, it's completed here. So I am going to save this first. Control S. It's got saved. Okay, and I have to check. Where is my ls command? Where is my this file what I'm trying to write? So this one, right? Ansible playbook.1. So what I will do, I will press cat. Let's see this, the content answer is okay. The first one, Ansible Ansible play tab PLA, not taking Ansible. All right. Cat Ansible playbook. I don't know why it's not taking. It's saying no such file and directory. So I'm missing some spelling, I guess. Ansible. Yes, my spelling is mistaken here. So ANSBI. BI. Okay. It's got it. Now it's showing me it started with this 3 and everything is fine. Okay. So this is how you're going to write and check your Ansible playbook, right? So first you must know what is the required things for my applying before applying this command. Okay. All right, so let's move the chat GPT again, and it's saying I have created this to use this playbook, save it to a file, website.yaml, it's already saved, and created an index file, and with your desired Ansible playbook command. Okay, so I'm going to write this. So I'm going to try to do this, right? So Control L, okay. And now I have to use the command, okay? This must be saved. If not saved, you can save it properly. Okay, just save it. So everything is okay. Anything you want to check, you just scroll down and check it properly. If it's not done, let's try this playbook. If it's failed, otherwise that is fine. So before playing this, let me ping this machine. So what is the command I'm going to use? Ansible all-m ping I inventory.ni and uroot.1. And it's give me some result. Yeah. So I'm able to ping pong. Okay. Ping pong means I'm able to connect SSH via authentication. So if you're not seen how you're going to passwordless authentication. You can just check my previous videos on this particular series. You will able to find it. Okay. Now we have to run the playbook. So what is the command? Ansible playbook. So I'm just copying this command and pasting it here, right? And so here Ansible playbook -i your inventory file dot website. So let me first call my inventory file. My inventory file is here, inventory.ni. Okay, and I'm using this root because I set up like this: user u and root one. Okay, I'm giving here, I'm passing here. Okay, and run this command. What happened? It's saying control as whom I am. Okay, so something is missing. So let me control L, because this is happen. Okay, so you have to ready for these things. -i inventory ni dot u dot root one. So I have to check this. Let me remove this, okay, and try this again. So it's saying privilege escalation method to use default sudo or Ansible doc to become -l to list valid choice. Why you giving this error? This is what you have to find out. All right. So if you're getting this error, right, let's read again. Okay. Everything is here. Now it's maybe have to write and give some permissions particular to execute this particular file, right? Let's go back to the error and check it. Okay. So it's saying control as whom I am controlling to connect to the host. So this key somewhere is not passing properly, right? So it means we have to use privilege escalation option, control how it will user will. So either become method, we have to use maybe become user sudo. So this is what we have to use, guys. Okay, default is a root. So how are you going to do this? You can use this kind of doc to list valid. So let me ask with the chat GPT if I got stuck somewhere. Okay, how going to aid in this command? I'm not going to tell anything. Okay, I'm just copying this and go to the chat GPT and type it here simply, right? You have to type it here simply in your chat GPT box and check it. Maybe it's not working, so let me refresh a little bit. Yeah, let's see. Suppose you're sitting on the production and you are not able to do this. Okay, so that's what you're going to take the help from this particular so b-b become root. Okay, show me some example how to add while running my playbook. Let's see. Yeah, great. So this command is already given here. So let me wait for my moment because it's giving me a lot of explanation over here. So let's ChatGPT first finish. Okay. So let's little bit read about it. What I written here, so show me some example how to add while running the playbook, right? So sure, here are some example. You can add privilege escalation option while running your playbook. Let's say you have a playbook name deploy.m and that you want to run a privilege escalation. So using hyphen become and hyphen become user options. What the example as playbook deploy? This is the inventory file. Become or hyphen user deployer. Whatever the user you have, you just give the example, right? And same way, this command will run deploy web server and playbook explain becoming deployer options. And Ansible playbook play deployer become method sudo. So let's use this particular command and try this. Okay. So let me come back on my machine again and control L will be put up and root U. Let me type this command, become sudo. I'm just trying to do, I don't expect that's going to be work. Okay, it's not working. And also use -u and root one, because root one is my machine user. It's also not working. So privilege escalation method to be default sudo. So something deployer I am missing. Maybe I have to use Mac machine, or this is the user machine, right? So this is what we have to think about. So I'm trying with this root one user. Okay, become method root one. Let's see what happened. It's again giving me the error. So let me try more command over here. Uh, root. Okay, it's not giving me. Okay, so let's check this one. Okay, I will use ChatGPT because it's very helping tool. What is this all about? Okay, so it will show you all the related commands. Command double enable issue, run super user, machine shell, enable password, become method, parameters. For privilege, running playbook. Okay. So it's saying Ansible playbook, your inventory file, then become user root. That's what I already use. In this command, blah blah, and become indicates that should be executed with the privilege escalation. So become user become a root, and especially that root user should be privilege escalation. Okay, so let's me try one more time. Root, it's not working. Root one, it's also not working. So I have to find out a little bit what is the messing here. All right, guys. So we are back to our command. So you see here, Ansible playbook, whatever the playbook I have created is given the name, inventory file, and I'm passing this by uroot, and it will ask the password. Okay. So let's press enter, and it will go. So let me enter my password, and it start running my pipeline. It's done. So most of the task is completed in one go. Okay. Now let's back to our. So while you're running the, let me little bit introduce here. While you're running your playbook, right, you must aware about the right command. Okay. So Ansible playbook, this is the command I used here, and Ansible, whatever the name I have, this YAML file. -I use for my inventory, whatever the host I mentioned here. I am elevating the root by using root one. This is the my root one user ID, and -b, and become password. So I use this. Then it will ask the password here. I type my password for the machine, and it will start deploying. You see this. So how many tasks? It's saying, okay, uh, 5 kind of tasks is completed and change 2. So you can see here, 1 task, 2 tasks, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So let me go back to my playbook and count here how many tasks is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is how you have to run it. Now I have to check here by using system CTL status about what? Apache. Apache 2 maybe. If you're not able to find it, then you have to go back to your Apache 2. This is the correct spelling, okay? It's installed or not. Yes. So it's saying the Apache HTTP server is installed, right? And it's starting the Apache HTTP server and could not be started this one. So I also created one location. The path is var www.html. So we have to check this location. This is my index file is there or not. Okay. So where I have to find var www.html index.html. So destination we have to find it. Okay, on this particular machine. So Control C, and let me clear this and check sudo. Sudo su generally used to move to the root one. Okay. Now I have to find ls-al all the uh, files and folder is written here or not. Okay. So let's make little bit big and check inside this. Okay. Where is my var file? It's not showing here. So let me go to my root, because whenever you install an application on the Linux, it will start from anything from the root. Okay. So how are you going to root? cd slash. I'm coming in the root. Then I have to press ls-al. Now here I have to go and check the var. Here I have to go. So cd slash var. Let me check what inside ls. Now what I have to go here? www. So where is www here? This one. Okay. cd www ls html. HTML is a directory to cd html ls. Now you can see here, whatever the index file we created, is copied on this machine or not. That's what we have to check. So let me press cat and check this index.html file. Sorry, cat index tab html. So giving me something hidden folder or something kind of way. So it's written something here, welcome to HTML, H1, title. So welcome to, I have not written here. This is the same file, guys, which we created over here. If I show here, cat index, yeah. So I'm not sure it's going to replace it or not, but that's what you have to check properly. Okay, whenever you do installing this kind of, practicing this kind of software. So I was on the same directory, but if it's not replaced, we can rerun this and check this again. So source and destination, we have to check it's properly mentioned here or not. So it's saying copy the uh, index.html file. So this is the index source, but we are not defining where it is, where the source. This is the destination, it is clear, right? But we're not defining this. Where is my source file? Okay, from where it's copying. So we have to define the proper path over here, right? So let me go back to my Ansible and see pwd where I am. So this is the path we have to define. Command C, I'm going to use, and before it, I have to type this Ansible slash index.html file. Now it's clear. Save this file and try to change this. So I'm saved it. And for the confirmation, I'm going to check this file again. Okay, so what is the command for this? Cat and your and playbook. Now my source is clear and my distance clear. Okay. Now I have to run this command again. So what was my command? This one. Ansible playbook, YAML inventory file, and root. Okay. And it will ask the password and run it. So let's see. That thing changed one. Okay. So something it's changed on this. Okay. Now go to the destination machine and run this command again to see what is inside. So once you give the proper path, it will working. So this is my new website for Khancloudacademy. It's a free learning forum for the beginner and all. So this is what you have to try with your machine. Okay, so we are successful. Our playbook is running fine. Okay. All right. So what next? Let's back to the slide. Okay, so I showed you a sample playbook, how it's run, every pros and concern, do's, don't, how you use your, use your commands. Okay. Now let's move to the next task execution. So what are the previously? Okay. So task execution by default, Ansible execute each task in order, one at a time against all machine matched by the host pattern. Each task execute a module with a specific argument. When a task has executed on all target machine, Ansible moves on to the next task. So this is the, you can say the feature or of the, task execution. Right. So it's all if your task fail on a host, Ansible takes that host out of the rotation for the rest of the playbooks. That is the idempotency. So we'll talk about it. So when you run, anybody run a playbook, Ansible returns information about connections, the name lines for all your plays and tasks, whether each task has succeeded or failed on each machine, and whether each task has made a change on each machine. So as per the previous example I showed you, we have missed some files, so it's not changed. But I run it, then it will change. Okay. So at the bottom of the playbook execution, Ansible provides a summary of the nodes that were targeted and how they performed. General failures and fatal unreachable communication attempts are kept separate in the counts. So desired standard idempotency. So this is very important topic, guys, and you must understand because this is also asked in your interview question. What is idempotency? So sometimes they ask. Most Ansible modules checks whether the desired final state has already been achieved or not. If it's already achieved, it will exit. Save. So whenever you perform any action, if that state has, uh, you know, that state has been achieved, so the you know that repeating the task does not change the final state. So it will not repeat the same task if something is already completed. So whether you run a playbook once or multiple times, the outcome should be the same. However, not all playbooks and not all models behave this way. If you are, however, not all playbooks, if you are unsure, test your playbooks in a sandbox environment before running them to the production. So whenever you go to the production side, you have to be very careful, whenever you're running these kind of things. So desired standard. So let me explain you on the current task, whatever we did it here, right? Whatever we did it here. So you see here, there's a changed. Already changed it, right? Now I'm going to run this command again to show you what is the idempotency means. Run it and enter the password because I enable this. So we have to see the result, right? Yeah. So idempotency means it does nothing. Everything is showed green and changed is 0 because we have not added anything. We're not done anything. So it doesn't matter you're running the playbook on multiple times. It's not going to change anything. So this is the beauty of Ansible, guys, right? Any doubt here? Anything? So, we can work more on this. Okay. So this is how it's work. Okay. Or you can say, let me run this again. What happened next? I'm showing you the idempotent and desired state. Okay. It's nothing. So it's changed nothing. Okay. So this is how your, you can perform your playbooks, right? Now, running playbooks, to run a playbook, use the Ansible playbook commands. This is what it's a little bit about, how you're running the playbooks. So Ansible playbook is the command and your playbooks on hyphen F10. Use this verb rows flag when running your playbook to see detailed output from successful module as well as unsuccessful one. So let's check this, okay, by running this command. So let go back on this command, and I have to pass this particular verb rows, okay, whatever I'm showing here. Hyphen F10, hyphen F and 10. Let's see what happened. Most happen nothing. Okay. But saying the more details, so it may be work, okay. So remember this command, guys. Maybe you find a struggle when you're doing any practical things in your local lab. So this is how you can pass, the arguments or the commands, okay, whenever you're running the playbooks, okay. Same way, running playbook in check mode. Check mode. Okay, this is very important. That's what I want to little bit talk about. Then we will go more deep in the playbooks in our coming videos. So Ansible check modes allows you to execute a playbook without applying any alternates to your system, right? So what it mean? Sorry. Playbook, therefore implementing them in a production environment. So to run a playbook in check mode, you can pass the -c or hyphen check flag to run the Ansible file. So this is what you have to Ansible playbook, hyphen check playbook and YAML. So let's try this command as well, okay? What is going to check or not? So let me first clear the page and update this and simply, what is the command? Command was hyphen check. So you can pass anywhere. I mean, hyphen, I can pass even here also, CHECK. Most of the time it's check playbook is fine, so it's not giving you any error, okay. So little bit more learn about these things, okay, the passing the arguments and executing this command will run the playbook normally, but instead of implementing any modification, Ansible will simply provide a report on the changes it would be have made. So if you're not changing anything, it will not show you anything. That's what happened in our previous whenever on the command, okay. So this reporting encompasses details such as file modification, command execution, and mode calls. Check mode offers a safe and practical approach to examine the functionality of your playbooks without risking unintended changes to your system. Moreover, it is a valuable tool for troubleshooting playbooks that are not functioning as expected. Okay, so you can use these commands to check those things. Okay. Let's try something new. Okay, so something new means I am going to add some more commands over here, some more tasks you can say. Let's try, or that is fine if it's not work. Okay, so go back to our chat GPT and what else if we want to do add here? Let me go up. Let me go up. Go up a little bit. Okay, install dependencies. I'm not going to install Git. Let's install something. Okay. So installing Git. So this task I'm going to add only. Git on this particular machine. Command C. I'm going to add this in my current. So wherever you're writing this, be sure guys, you are on perfect way. Okay. Yeah. So it's not going to use this task. We am removing this because it's already inside the task. So it's fine. And delete this button. You can press one. Okay. So I have added something. Install git present. Only this I'm adding it. And this is for this module I'm using here for my Ubuntu one. So otherwise, if you're doing something on your Linux machine, you have to use yum command over here. Okay. So yum command, remember this, guys. Okay. Yeah. So installing the Git, that's what I have added here. And we have to use apt. Otherwise, if you're doing on Linux, you have to use yum module, git and git. That's a simple task I'm adding here. Okay. So let me try with checks and all because we are changing the file. So let me first save this file and move to the next. Okay. So I'm going to save this file first. I'm on this file and save it. Okay. And go to the machine and check this playbook. How is the cat command? Cat. Okay, let me modify this command. So sometimes shortcut is very important whenever you do the production side. Cat. Yeah. This is already added here. Okay. Control L, and I'm going to run this command with the check mode. Yeah, check mode, right? So Ansible Playbook, whatever it is, correct, check. Pass this and see. I don't know, but it's did nothing. Did nothing what it mean. It means Git is already installed on my machine. So if it's something is already installed, it's not going to touch it, guys. So let me check Git hyphen version. It will show me Git or not. Yeah, Git is there. So we added something, but that machine is already installed here. So this is the beauty of idempotency. It's not going to do anything. Okay. Let's do more drive on this. Okay. Let me add some task which is not there. Okay. So GitHub history, I don't want to do this. Python, we can. Okay. Let me check the Python is there or not. So Python hyphen version. Maybe generally it's there. So do you mean the Python? So Python is not there. Okay. Not found. Command Python is not found. Did you mean Python 3? Okay, let's try this Python 3. Maybe it's there. Yes, Python is already there. So think about something which is not here and you want to install it. Uh, vi hyphen version. Vi is also there. Okay. So let's create a folder, or you can say the directory. Okay, that's what we can. This is a very basic thing. So you have to create a directory using the Ansible, right? So how are you going to do that? Yeah, create a directory. So I'm going to use this create a directory data directory state on our root blah blah. So I'm copying this only because this not to be this not to be because also in the task and everything. Okay, so I have to use what I'm going to create it. Okay, I'm just copying this. Okay, I'm just showing you the example, guys. We can do more dig on it. Okay, so same way we have to come here and go to the particular line, Control V. We have to make one space here. Okay. So it will create directory data paths root. Under the root, it will create the data. You remember this. This is the root under the directory. State should be a directory on a root and 075 the permission. This is the permission. Okay. Let me save this file and save it and try the command. Okay. So go back here and run this command again. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me see what happened. So something has changed. Okay, so it starts creating directory slash data. It's done on this particular machine, right? So unreachable. Okay, but I don't know what check is performing here, or maybe it's checking directly, or it's not. Or maybe I'm running. So Ansible Playbook check what I can do here. What the changes here? Okay. Simply because it's applying the playbook things. Okay. Check command if you use without passing this, so it will check the current state. Okay. So what happen if I check this I'm not using these parameters. Let me pass it over. Not even inventory file. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Let's run what happened. So it's showing something. No inventory was passed. Only implicit local host is available. Okay. So it's saying skipping no host, play recap. Could not match, supplied host pattern ignoring my host. Note that the implicit local host does not match all. But because I'm not passing some argument. Okay. So this is what happened. Or if I want to check without password and ID. So let me check this way as well. 1, 2. So it's saying unreachable, failed to connect to the host via SSH, denied public key and digit because I'm not passing the argument of the particular ID. Okay, let's me run this and it will ask the password and enter it. Now let's keep running. Okay, so whatever we did, one change were found and we have to check this, the data is created or not. So let me go back to cd/root on this particular machine and check this ls, the data is there or not. Data. ls Ansible 1, I'm in the root or somewhere else. Bin dev home snap user or ls hyphen al kar. Let's do. We'll check on this machine. Data is also not showing me. So I don't know where it's got created. Okay, under the root maybe it's got created. So let me see if I can find out. Okay, cd root ls snap cd snap lxt. I don't know where it's gone. So sometimes it's happened. Do you know what is the symlink and all? You have to must learn this Linux little bit on about it. Okay. So okay, guys. So this is otherwise it's going to be a very long video. Okay. So this is how you have to run the playbook. So let's move to the slide again and try those commands. Run Ansible pull. Pull command, basically Ansible pull is a small script that will check out a repo of configuration instructions from Git and then run Ansible playbook against them. Okay, so this is the command for this. Verifying your playbooks of syntax check, and you may want to verify your playbooks and to catch syntax and other problems before you run them. The Ansible playbook commands offer several options to verify, including check, diff, list host, list task, syntax check. Okay, so these kind of things you can use. Ansible lint, basically, you can use Ansible lint for detailed Ansible specific feedback on your playbook before you execute them. So Ansible lint, okay, this is how you can use. So working with playbooks, so I will come with the more, lecture on the more playbooks and keep practicing on this. Okay. So thanks for it, guys. Have a nice day.